I'm originally from New York. I love it. It is home. But Pittsburgh feels like the place where I need to be and where I want to be, where I can grow in so many ways, where I can contribute in so many ways, things that has not been done here before, that is necessary, that needs to be done. But it is evident that there's a certain group of people that don't want a certain group of people to prosper. Then what do you want? Do you want us to be like dogs and gravel at your table? Move away, move out the way. We're not begging you for anything. Just move out the way and allow us to be and to prosper. That's all we're asking. We're not begging for anything.
Back in 2006, I was working with Jordan Monahan on a mural for East Liberty. It was called Lend Me Your Ears. And that mural was the biggest mural in the city at the time. It featured residents from the neighborhood. There was 3 children on bikes. There was a child blowing bubbles. The boys on the bikes were really important because they were actually kids who were riding their bikes throughout their neighborhood. They had on superhero colors. They were wearing red, yellow, and blue. This is all based on Jordan's design. And they were kids that were in the neighborhood. So they were African-American kids. They were riding their bikes. This was their neighborhood. So when that mural went up, it was tremendous. It was like a landmark for the area. So since then, buildings have changed hands. We had new tenants, and Duolingo moved in. At that point, before it was changed hands, basically the painting was painted over gray. And it was a real sore spot for a lot of people, particularly people who live and work in that area who saw themselves represented on the wall. That was a big deal to see something being painted over, like literally being painted over and erased. So now here we are. Moving forward, there was a call for artists, and my name was kind of brought back into the fold, and I was asked to produce a design for that area. And I knew right then and there that I've admired Natiq's work for a long, long time, and I was like, oh my God, this would be amazing to work with Natiq. Like, collaborate on ideas, collaborate on vision, and put something together that would be something we could all be proud of, something that represents the neighborhood and residents of the neighborhood.
And I'm glad that you reached out to me. The project is proven to be challenging in both good and interesting ways, but still, the goal was for it to be iconic.
Right, absolutely. This work is incredibly important. Mm-hmm. I think it's, we started talking about working on a mural that will pay homage to women, particularly African-American women that live in that neighborhood or are part of that neighborhood. A lot of times it's the women who are doing the work to try to keep the communities together and engaged. Right. And so to have a work of art that pays, a tribute to that, you don't really see that.
Right.
You don't. There's not a lot of works out there that are paying tribute to the women who are doing the work.
Right.
A lot of times it's invisible labor.
And so the person that we chose, Miss Cecelia Price-Knight, she is iconic. And this was the person that I felt embodied the whole fight for East Liberty.
I've been in Pittsburgh for about 20 years. I'm from Jamaica, but I grew up in Brooklyn, New York, and I've been in the United States since I was 7 years old. And as I was growing up and as I got in my 20s, and you start yes, I'm in America, I'm an immigrant, and I want to be a part of what it means to be an immigrant. So when I received the opportunity to run this business, this restaurant, I thought how wonderful this is. My husband, 3 children, and you're not exceptionally savvy. I'm the first to graduate high school in my immediate family, the first to graduate college in my immediate family, and it felt like a good accomplishment, but again, you don't know a whole lot, so you're learning as you go. And as you're learning, you're growing, you're trying to dream and grow, and to see that someone who is in a position, financial position, to be able to aid you to get to certain levels in life, to bring your family, bring the community, really wants to put their foot on your neck.
You know, so it's like, it became just more than a restaurant. It was a home. It was love, because people are wondering, like, what is the difference? Because people say, I feel different. This one young lady, she was 26. She said, I feel different when I'm in your restaurant. And when she was leaving out, I said, you don't know, that's the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Because it's God, it's God. So, you know, we were there for quite some time. We enjoyed the various type of customers that came in, the love that we shared. The food really was excellent. And when I cook, and when I think about cooking, cleanliness is so important to me. I mean, someone's belly, your stomach, is like a temple. And I need to take care of that. And how I take care of me, my hands, how we cook, you know what I mean? Execute it that way. And also the love that passes all understanding.
And my customers were so awesome. We had a flood in 2015 in March. That flood devastated the whole of downstairs where there was no bathroom at all. How embarrassing it is for customers to come in, oh, you know, you can sit and eat, but there's no bathroom for you to use. He's not fixing the bathroom. Almost a year, there is no bathroom for my customers to use at all. But he wants 100% of the rent, and then he wants to raise the rent by $500 more. Then he's writing me some kind of memorandum that, oh, well, I'm gonna raise the rent to $2,000 or so or whatever. Can you handle that? What about the bathroom? You have not installed a bathroom. My customers, I had a customer, she's from Italy. Her family's from Italy. Mom, Dad, everyone is coming down. Cecelia, you wanna make a reservation? I said, babe, we have no bathroom for you guys to use. They came anyway, sat there for 3-4 hours, no bathroom. I felt this small. And I tell you, I kid you not, how should I say this? I'm a lover of people. Even though we were there to serve food, it was more than food, it was love. We were just so happy to see where we could have gone as a family.
We came up with a younger image, but still, you know, we included a power sign to represent the power that she exuded, and the way that the dichotomy, the whole dichotomy of gentrification and the erasure of black and brown bodies from neighborhoods as you know, new businesses and a new demographic moves in and violently pushes their way through. And so then we included butterflies. It was like, to me, the butterflies were the dreams that people were holding onto and that were escaping from them. It's like you're grasping, literally grasping for butterflies as people take away your business. They take away your ideas just to put up a facsimile of it in its place.
The landlord was more than capable of replacing it, and he should have replaced it. And all my customers said, don't give him any money. Don't give him not 1 cent. But me being a little fearful of not having the business and having something to keep going, functioning for the family, we kept paying it until about 8 months in, I stopped. And when I stopped, that's when he wanted to take us to the magistrate. So I said to my husband, guess what? This is too much of a circus, a monkey thing, whatever. Let's give the man back his place. I wish that this man, who's very rich, would have understood clearly what we were bringing to the table, what we were bringing to East Liberty, what we were bringing to Pittsburgh. Yeah. If he truly understood, he would have never tried to force us out. He came and sat. He came in our restaurant and said, oh, it's not me. He said, they're forcing me, they want me to, you know, because there was a time when they really wanted to leave, for us to leave. Not us, but African American, brown people, to leave. They really did. Because in East Liberty, you had people who were congregating who were African American, brown, all, you know, and they would sit, the men stand and talk. They weren't doing anything. Right. But they had the police on a daily basis forcing them away. Yep. And then when the Caucasian men and people would stand there and talk and have long conversation, no one did anything about it. Right. You know, so, and now after we left, the flavor left that street, the flavor left that community. It really did. Because now right there, it's boring. Mm-hmm. It's quiet. Come on now, when you see people trying to make it, and not only just as we're making it as a family, but we want to make it as a city, we want to make it as a community, help them to do that.
When people tell me, I want to get out of Pittsburgh, I don't like Pittsburgh, I'm like wondering why. I couldn't understand it. And just from being in that place of business, I understand why some people wanted to get away from Pittsburgh. A lot of them got away for many years, and some came back. And you wonder why they came back? A sense of family. This is where they were born, and they want to see something happen in this location. Now, you put a camera in on the back of the window in the backyard where my kitchen goes, but you can't fix my bathroom. I tell you, I told him, I said, with you, I said, I've gotten a glimpse of racism, what it means to be a slave, to be enslaved. However, that one man will not change my love for humanity.
I mean, I was fortunate enough to go to her restaurant before she closed, and I mean, it's just like we need places like, you know, like the place that she had, and to have a place that is such that was so ingrained in the community, that where it was more than just food, it was a place where people could come and talk, meet each other, share their experiences, have a great meal. You know, food was like food for nourishment, but also for the heart.
Get to know me and you'll understand better. You see what I'm saying? And I strongly believe that this city of Pittsburgh has a lot, because to me, I believe that it has the potential to be the next Atlanta, New York. It doesn't have to be on a big scale, but on a scale that's necessary to be inclusive.
Right. Yeah.
Change is the only thing that's constant in life. Change is necessary here. Change is going to happen whether you choose to participate or not.
I felt like we got the essence of Miss Cecelia Price-Knight. Yes, Black women often do come off as superhero-esque, but they shouldn't have to.
I'm for change, and I'm for people growing together, not apart. I want to see Asian restaurants, I want to see Indian restaurants, culture. How could you know that there's not a Jamaican restaurant close anywhere and you still wanted to get rid of us? This man didn't want to give us a lease for the longest time. No lease. And I think all his tenants did not have a lease. And I kid you not, the people who have been impacted like myself and the people who are doing it, they're not going to prosper. It doesn't matter how much money you have. When your heart is black and dark like that, you will not prosper. And I still believe in Pittsburgh. I want to stay here in Pittsburgh with my family. I want to see Pittsburgh grow. I want to see us become a diverse community, because we can do it.
Cecelia is like freaking amazing to me. She, to me, just naturally embodied so many of the ideals that I feel have been largely lost. Because so much has happened to people that people have like given up, and she like never did. As she spoke, you knew that she was not gonna just go down silently, because she told the story. She like embodied the whole story of the takeover of East Liberty. She's brilliant, she was driven, she was trying to live the American dream, she was doing the right things, and they came for her. Flies in the face of, you know, most livable city, and all the slogans that they create to hide, you know, the underbelly of Pittsburgh.
I think she was like very powerful, and you know, she wanted to contribute to the city, and she did. I mean, the best that she could through her cooking, and how her cooking brought together people. It was more than just a restaurant. You know, she wanted to connect people and be like literally a part of the community. And like her drive needed to be supported, because she had so much to give. She had so much to offer. But to get pushed out because of people could charge higher rents or not have the capacity. I mean, like, so you have other restaurateurs. Like we all know in Pittsburgh, there's people who start restaurants, get crowdfunding, get support from the, you know, different organizations, and just kind of fall flat. You know, just abandon. You come into a neighborhood, cheap rent, you take over the space, basically colonize the space, and then after you, whatever, lose interest, then you move on. Like that's not. I don't understand how that behavior is like rewarded and supported time after time. I don't get that, you know? And like, here's a woman who's has a unique restaurant, has a unique craft, has a unique heritage, and it's a shame.
Not only did Miss Cecelia Price-Knight have her fight, but there are so many other matriarchs who have also fought. And so the other aspect of it is that in her hair, in the clothing, in the air around her, we're going to be including the names of different matriarchs who live at the site that we're now putting the painting. Mm-hmm. And so we wanted to make this a very human painting. And I think that through these different things, we are going to definitely accomplish that.
Yes. Yeah. We actually put a call out for people to nominate the matriarch in their family.
Yes.
Or it doesn't even have to be necessarily family. Maybe it's somebody around you. Maybe it's a neighbor. Mm-hmm. Maybe
a mentor.
A mentor, yeah. So we did that call, and we've received quite a few names already that we're going to be painting right into that painting. Mm-hmm. So we want actual people who live and work and are taking care of others in that neighborhood to be a part of this wall.
Yes. We were in the process of trying to revamp our design because initially we were going to have a series of young women who did all of these different things in East Liberty, and we got a lot of pushback. But we wanted it to be about actual people, and it just felt right. It was like, as I was listening to you speak, I knew that you were going to be the subject of our mural. And I came up with this idea just based on the feeling that I got. And I put a power sign on your shirt. And I was just like, she has the power to change the world if they let her. Yeah. And so they saw the initial sketch, and they were just like, we like this. We like this a lot.
Oh, look at this beautiful lady.
Going up.
Oh, thank you. Wow. That's beautiful. I love everything. And I see the superhero thing around it still. I love it. The butterfly.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me what the butterfly means, signify for you.
And so for me, the butterflies, they represent freedom. Nobody stops a butterfly, no one ever tells a butterfly that you can't land on this flower, and so for me, it represents freedom.
And a butterfly flies. Also, it also states what a butterfly was before the butterfly is.
Yes.
Right. What was it? The metamorphosis.
Yes.
From one stage to another.
Yes.
The butterflies, I think, are really important because for a butterfly to go from to migrate, from Mexico to all the way up to Canada and back. It's they have small wings, right? But they can go across continents, right? And that is powerful. And also the butterflies, as they are doing that, it's not one butterfly that goes from one country across, it's generations. Ooh. So by the time the butterfly makes it from one country to the next, it's their grandchildren and the great-grandchildren of that butterfly that does the full migration.
Yes.
So the butterfly, right? Yeah. So the butterfly has that generational, we see it, but it's the same imprint through generations to get from one point to the next. And carrying that joy and hope, it takes generations. And we need just as much strength, hope, and love to be a force to counter all of the things that keep people down. Whoa. So this kind of stuff is as important as everything that's happening that's pulling people down. This is more important.
And I see this face, I said, but there's so much that I'm seeing. It stands for so much.
Yes.
And I must tell you that I'm so grateful and thankful that you guys chose me, consider me. I really don't know what to say. I'm truly humbled.
Her spirit definitely is being channeled into this artwork, and the whole, everything that's going around that talk, the same one that you saw, like everything in that is being channeled into here. So we're basically just trying to channel that for beauty, for inspiration, for, you know, monument, and for people for generations to come to, like, don't forget those stories. You know, I think it's really important that people have those stories to just kind of get a better vision of where we are.
Right.
But I'm going to be on my knees. I'm going to be praying for the city of Pittsburgh and for our family, for us to come together as one and to do what we need to do to be able to make this city the best city that it really possibly can be, because it can be that city. And for everyone who's still here, sitting here, that you don't even have to still be here, there's a reason why you're here. You're listening and you want to be a part of the change. Let's work together, please. We can do it.
The more that we have those types of interactions and experiences, the more we can get to learn and appreciate each other.
Meeting Cecelia yesterday was amazing. It was really like meeting family. It gave you that feeling like when you were a kid and you got to hear the previous generation talk about their experiences and stuff. And the way that she speaks literally takes you there. It was really an experience that I wouldn't trade for anything.
This whole project feels like a real gift, you know, especially, you know, it's such an honor to have the opportunity to use art to tell her story. It's an honor to work with you. It's an honor to be working in the capacity of making a work of art for the city.
Yes.
It's like, this is like a dream come true, you know?
It really is.
So it's humbling and it's exciting. And
it gives you that feeling of you're working towards something that's bigger than yourself.
right.
And I did realize that, and I told my children this, especially my son and these two, that the measure of your worth is not what's in your pocket. It's what's in your heart and your mind. And when you work at it, to exercise it, to do well, what's necessary for your pocket will come. Yeah. I've always taught them as well that I'm not grooming them to be citizens of Pittsburgh. I'm grooming them to be citizens of the world. That means wherever they go, they can sit at any table and know that they belong there. And if Pittsburgh could be the, how should I say, the one that chooses to show that a city like Pittsburgh can really open up and support and be the changer of this nation, and then it will impact and trickle over into the world to see what community looks like, to see what love looks like, to see what change really looks like. We really are one. In Jamaica, we have a motto. It says, out of many, one people. And out of many, we are one people. So that's what I would like to see for my community here at Pittsburgh, for the city of Pittsburgh, for my children. It's just about love. It's about God. It's about just living your best life. No matter how upside down this world seems, don't worry about that. Don't live in fear. Just keep moving forward. Once you're here and you're alive, there's work to be done. And it can and will be done. We can't let anyone stop us.